Hi guys, here we are. It is Thursday night again at 9:30, and we are so happy that you're joining us on Paper House at Home. So this is our one, two, three, four, fifth, sixth, seventh episode, and we're having a ton of fun. And recently we started bringing on some guest stars from our creative team. So I'm really excited to have with us tonight Samantha Taller from our creative team. Samantha is an amazing scrapbooker. She creates tons of beautiful layouts. And tonight she is going to share with us some tips and tricks for summer scrapbooking layouts. So let's all welcome her with a big welcome. And let's just say hi a little bit and wait for some more friends to join us. I'm pulling up so I can see comments, but if you're joining us from anywhere around, just make sure you say hi in the comments and we'll give some shout outs. In the meantime, Samantha, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your background?
Okay, so I started as a card maker. I think it was my freshman year in college when I was home on some break. My mom said, "Hey, can you want to go to the local community center was having a card class?" This is back in the day where you had one wood stamp and it was on just straight cardstock, colored cardstock. Pattern paper wasn't really a thing. Sure, yeah, okay, I'll go along. I really never considered myself very crafty, but I really enjoyed it. And so we just started doing that. And so I really started out as a stamper and a card maker. And then it grew from there.
We can see behind you. It definitely grew.
My youngest is now, he just turned 13. And I think he was about 3 or so when I went, oh, maybe I'll start scrapbooking a few photos. And you can kind of see a peek on the bottom side of those shelves is actually where I have my scrapbooking albums nestled in there. Nice. And it has grown since then. It's become its own beast. It's more than just a few photos. I love it. The dogs are boys. My husband's obviously a boy. Boys are, I have 2 sons. And so I always kind of joke around that this is my girly time. Not that men and boys don't scrapbook, but it is when I get to be really creative sort of in my way. So I like to do home decor pieces. I like to scrapbook. I do still card make, but I lean more towards using the fun stickers from Paper House with the pattern papers than so much. I still stamp some, but not like I used to. It's really fun how much you can kind of grow and change, and how much, I don't know, scrapbooking and card making and paper crafting has really, really just grown and changed with all of the planner stuff even.
Yeah.
That came, it's always been there, but it's really exploded. And for me, I never kept a planner. I kept it all digital. But I have this dry erase board with my to-do list. And so now I keep a planner specifically for my to-do list. And it's so fun to kind of check off
something else list. To decorate too.
Yeah, check off a to-do list that's pretty. And then I sit down every, Saturday or Sunday and do my to-do list for the week. And obviously it grows and changes, but it gives me that framework every week. And I actually got my mom into that kind of doing sort of planner thing. She loves the mini planners. Awesome. Nice. She was struggling with the pandemic, just feeling sort of motivated. She's like, I know I need to do these things, but she got a little, unmotivated. I said, you want one of my mini planners? See how you like it. She loves it now. In fact, she said,
that's great.
So my planners can be done in July, and my birthday's in July. So
I think we know what to get her.
Yeah.
Along with a handmade birthday card.
Yeah, I was going through the mini planners. Ooh, which cover do I like that I know she hasn't had yet?
Oh, that's awesome. So how long have you been on our creative team? I was trying to count, and has it been a year? It's been
more than that.
More than a year.
I did it for a little bit, and then I think I had 6 months or a year off. And then I joined in with the Harry Potter group.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Harry Potter geek. And then, so I think it's been continuous since the Harry Potter started when that team went. So,
yep. So a year and a half at least. Yeah. Well, we are excited to see what you create tonight. If you want to go ahead and take a minute to kind of flip your camera around and just give me the thumbs up sign.
All right. Sounds good.
I'll entertain everyone here or try to. I'm probably not going to do any crazy party tricks, although I wish I could. Magic tricks, I'm not sure. But I can tell you.
Hear me?
I can hear you. Okay. So if you could just go ahead and mute.
I thought
You're good. All right, so she's going to flip her camera around so she can do the top-down view. And we're going to get a great demonstration on, I believe she's going to do a 2-page layout, which is one of my downfalls because I love to scrapbook, I love to card make, I love to craft in general, but scrapbooking is kind of my weakness. I don't flex that scrapbooking muscle enough. And when I do, I definitely focus on 1-page layouts because it's easier for me to see the one square. But when I start looking at 2 pages and how to make my photos and my patterns and my embellishments go across 2 pages, I get a little flustered. Like I can't think outside that box, which is funny being a creative. But I'm excited for Samantha to give us some tips and tricks and show us how that's all going to flow, because sometimes you just have too many photos or too many papers you want to use, or definitely too many stickers you want to use to make it all fit on 1 page without looking super busy. So we are going to see what she creates, but our summer collections are really, really fun. And I am so glad that we're coming into summer because it has been so cold and rainy. I could use winter collections literally this week. So I'm very excited to see some bright pinks and some tropical colors, some beachy patterns. And what's great about our summer collections too, and I don't want to give away everything we talked about here, but it's not just for beach. You can use the summer collections for just outside in your backyard, pool parties, just hanging out, enjoying the sun. So really, really fun. And Samantha, just give me a thumbs up down there when you're ready. I don't want to miss your thumbs up. So I'm watching her little screen down there. I think she's ready. So that being the case, I'll switch over and let's see how we look. That looks great. We can hear you.
Sounds good. I have one other thing. Can you see if you can get that to catch up? Sorry, I have a second screen here going, so hopefully I can see me and you at the same time. And I just pulled my husband in here I might be caught up now, Dave.
Okay, well,
sorry about that.
And
just if give me a holler too. I can pretty much see what I'm doing, but just in case I go off screen on you a little shifting, give me a holler too.
I'll let you know.
My setup's a little bit different tonight, something a little different than I'm used to. So I just, give me a holler if something's a little weird. All right. So I'm going to say I started with photos. We had a recent beach vacation. My youngest and I went on a beach vacation. And so I did a few of those photos because they go so well with the summery, beachy, bright papers from Paper House. So I thought that'd be kind of fun. I've been using these collections for some of these pictures. But do keep in mind, these are great for summer vacations. These are great for summer pool stuff. And I'm going to show you, in case you're looking at this going, ooh, I love that, but we're pool people, we're not beach people. I'm going to show you a few variations on that too, so you can swap it out pretty easily for that. Okay. I love pattern papers. I mix and match pattern papers like crazy. That is not everybody's thing. It freaks some people out. They're worried about getting really busy. I'm going to kind of take you guys through how I pick my papers and how I do that. So I'm going to slide my photos off to the side just a little bit so I don't lose track of them. Sometimes I get them caught in between pieces of paper. Please tell me I'm not the only one that does that. So I'm going to slide them off, hopefully, so I don't lose track of them. One thing to mention with my photos too, I do print them at home. I do like to they are a 4x6 photo, but I usually print them in the 3.5x5 size or somewhere around there. And then I trim them down myself and usually leave the white border around them. It's kind of a nice way to mat your photos without having to take the extra step of cutting some 4x6 paper and matting it behind, that sort of thing. You might not, though, always have an exact size photo. So if you like really exact numbers, if you like your photos to be 4x6 or 3.5x5, they might be off by 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch, depending on how you trim. So that's an option too. All right. So let's get to how I pick my pattern papers. Since I knew I was doing a beach summer layout, I grabbed everything basically that I knew from this collection that I like how it goes together and like that beachy summer feel. This is all the papers from, I believe the one's flamingo. I think they're both flamingo. You can let me know if I'm wrong on that. If this is called something else, these more beachy ones. All right. I like to lay them out sometimes with the double-sided pattern papers.
Hey, Samantha, I'm so sorry to cut in, but I think we lost your audio. Can you hear me? Hey, Samantha, I'm so sorry to cut in, but I think... So, yes, I'm not hearing you. If you just... Oh, I'm getting a... Technical difficulties, folks. Please hang with us because I definitely love hearing all the voiceover and all of Samantha's really, really great information. And she is so super knowledgeable because, guys, she worked at her local scrapbook store for a while. So she taught classes. She can definitely give us a ton of information.
How about now?
I can totally hear you now.
Okay. I changed some of the mic settings within StreamYard there, and hopefully there's like a echo cancellation, and I don't know if it was just canceling me and figured I was loud.
It might have, but you are back, and I'm so excited. Okay. All right. No
problem. Sorry
Let's
about
pick
that.
It right back up.
Make you a little dizzy. All right. So, I think I was saying I lay out both sides. You've got kind of two themes within these papers. One are the really bright with the flamingos, the palm trees, and then some are a little bit more subdued. While they all go together, sometimes I group them together a little bit. I was looking at these going, I could go either way. You could go a little bit more bright, pull this with some of the other ones. I have used a lot of that bright lately, so I'm going to go the other direction and go a little more subdued. I love a good wood grain. This blue wood grain is one of my favorites. And with this beach chair photo, I just kind of really like the feel of it together. So I'm going to start there with the more subdued tones and this blue wood and kind of go from there. Means I'm going to get rid of these. Means I'm going to get rid of the bright pinks and this one. So you can see these are front and backs. I just lay them out to make my life easier. Okay, so I'm going to pull the yellows because I don't think I'm going to use these either, but I do want to show you guys that I do like to keep this in because these are going to be journaling tags. So I'm going to set these off to the side, but I may use these for journaling tags. I may not, but I like to keep that as an option. So my yellow is gone too. And then I know I'm not going to use the flamingos. They just don't go with my photos the way I want them to. However, I do have an idea for this, so I'm going to keep this for now and show you how I think I'm going to incorporate this in. Okay. When I mix and match pattern papers, I like to have a couple of sort of neutral papers and then add in at least one piece of paper that has a lot of colors in it that brings all my colors together. Sometimes it's just a journaling tag or two. Sometimes it's the whole background piece of paper will be that bright multicolor piece that pulls it all together. But you'll find that you need something with many of the colors in it to pull it all together. And you'll kind of see how that comes together. It sounds a little weird, but you'll see how that comes together. Now, I think for my two big base pieces, I'm going to try to use this paper. I have multiple sheets of this, and so I know I have two that I can trim the sides off and try to do this way. I also just happen to know, pardon my arms here, I happen to know that I'm going to run my photos this way across my layout. This is a great setup. I'm only using 4 photos. You could easily do 6 photos here and a journaling tag and still get a very similar feel, or you could do 5 photos in a journaling tag, and you'll see that as this comes together that you can add quite a few more photos to this if you wanted. These just happened to go with what I was doing, and as I looked at them, I went, oh, that might be a fun 2-page instead of a 1-page. I'm going to use the wood grain because I know in my mind that I'm going to mat these photos this way. I'm going to run my wood grain vertically instead of horizontally. You'll just see more of the wood grain. When I start to layer papers this way, you might lose some of these nice texture to the wood grain. If that makes sense. All right, so I'm going to quick trim off these edges. I do have my paper cutter off to the side here. I run out of space fast when I am doing a 2-page layout. So my paper trimmer is a bit off to the side. Now I kind of had talked about run a horizontal strip of paper all the way across. You don't have to have 2 pieces of that piece of pattern paper then. The only pattern paper you'll need 2 pieces of, ooh, that's a tongue twister, is going to be your long base here. And so this will be my base. And I am going to run photos this way. I will probably put our beach chair photos together. This was all the same day when we were messing around the beach by our resort. So these kind of go together in my mind as a theme. I'm going to run them this way. And so what I want to do behind them is mat them probably about a 5.5 to 6-inch piece of paper. I just happen to know that these are about 5.25 inch tall. So I want to go slightly taller than my photos. If you have a 6-inch photo, then you're going to go, I would trim my photo down because then you can use 1 piece of paper and a 6-inch border on both sides. Here are some of my options for what I want to run behind then. There's this really gorgeous swirl paper. So the back side of that is this. This would be an option. It doesn't pop enough to me. I like a little bit more contrast. So I'm going to keep that front side as an option. I think that gold's really pretty in there. I did pull this piece of paper. It is actually from the At the Beach collection because I'm a sucker for a wood grain. And so that I saw as possibly an option, but I don't think I love it with, I just feel like it feels like a lot of wood grain and white with the photos behind. I'm not ruling it out completely, but probably not going to happen. And then the other piece I had is this piece that I thought would be pretty behind it too. So these are my 2 options. And sometimes when I'm looking at pattern paper and layering it up and trying to decide what I want, I really truly just layer it up and set my photos on top of it and see if I like how it looks together. And it's a really easy way before you start cutting or gluing anything down to see if you like how things lay together. I'm thinking I'm actually going to use small strips of this, just these colorful pieces, to border this and bring in extra colors for my stickers and kind of pull the whole thing and give it a little bit more pop of color and a little more theming with my photos. So the other thing that I do is lay this on here to see if I like how it goes with this. I do like how these go together. So that's a possibility. But I'm also going to do this paper. Now, when you look at this, this has got that kind of cool sand to wave beach feel. And you would kind of decide where you'd want to trim it because you're not going to have the same doing a 2-page. So that's something to think about if you don't have 2 pieces. 1 piece might not be the greatest for that. Or you can flip it this way just because it's a beachy feel, because it feels like it goes sand to waves is the feel of it, doesn't mean you have to use it that way. So I could cut a 6-inch here and a 6-inch here and my colors are going to run similar. Does that make sense? So I can decide, ooh, I like that too. This is the part where when I'm on camera and I haven't decided, oh, you know what? I'm going to pull this under here. I like this with this better. So that makes my decision. And that's truly how I mix and match pattern papers. I would caution one thing. Sometimes you fall in love and you want to use a paper like I wanted to use this wood grain. Sometimes you just can't make it work and you got to start over again, scrap using the wood grain and pull a different combination of papers. So don't get married to an idea all the time either, if that makes sense. All right. So like I said, this is going to be I think I'm going to do 5 3/4 strip across because like I said, my photos are about 5 1/4, and I think 6 is just going to be a little bit too wide. But if you've got bigger photos than me, then I would do just a 6-inch strip across. So you're going to see here. I love this one. I have used this paper for kind of spacey feeling too. It also goes with the Stargazer paper a little bit. I think this one is just so, I don't know, it's got a lot of dimension to it. I think it's pretty cool. All right. You're going to spend a little more time lining up your paper than me to make sure everything's perfect. But since you're watching me, I'm going to go really quickly. You'll see me using glue dots, adhesives. Full disclosure, I also design for glue dots. And so that's why you see me using their adhesives. I do very much like them. I don't like or design with anything I don't like or wouldn't, use normally. But I do like people to know that that is why I use those adhesives most of the time. All right. So one of the things I really, really love about Paper House is you will see me do this layout. And then there's a good chance a year from now, someone else will discover this layout somewhere on a social media somewhere or see this video and they'll go, man, I really like that layout. And with most companies, they cycle through paper collections so quickly that you can't find those papers anymore. You might be able to find something similar because they also cycle through paper collections so often that things start to look real similar. So you might be able to find something similar, but you can't find the exact same thing. Paper House doesn't do that. They give us new stuff all the time, but they also keep their old collections around. Now, this is a newer one still, but they keep their older ones around, which I love because you can continue to use them and find new ways, and they're going to look completely different depending on how you combine things. There are so many embellishments, which you'll see me do next, that there are so many embellishments that you can make things look completely different. All right, I'm going to show you guys what I'm planning for this paper now to pull in some more color. I like to add, when I do a layout kind of this direction, especially a 2-page one, I like to add a border above and below or below and kind of stack some stuff to give it a little more depth. It goes from an okay layout to like a, ooh, wow, I want to copy that layout when you add a little more depth to it. So what I'm going to do is do a decorative border with this. I think what I want to do is I'm going to cut, I think, about an inch, inch and a half off this side, and then I'm going to do the same off of, I'm going to have to go the opposite side. So let's see, give me 1 second here, and I will show you exactly what I did here. I think I'm just going to do about an inch. You're not going to get the whole palm leaf, but you get the feel of it when you do that. Okay, so bear with me. This looks a little crazy to start. As we pull in embellishments, you'll see my vision a little bit more, hopefully. And this is why when we're looking at this kind of stuff, we pull in our photos too, because the photos really help give us an idea of what it's going to look like when you add to. So when I add my photos to this, you can see that the blues pull in, you get some greens that pull in from the decorative strip down below. Make sense? All right. I'm going to tack these down now. And I think I'm going to start, sometimes I do my photos first, sometimes I do my strips first. It just kind of depends. But I am going to do my strips of paper first and kind of get them leveled out. When I do a 2-pager, I do like when I'm doing strips that butt up against each other like this. You can see I kind of try to get my top pieces layered up there. I have some weird trimming on this end, so ignore that. When all is said and done, I'll trim down. This actually hangs off a little bit, and it's hanging off a little bit that side. That happens sometimes if you trim one page vertically and the other one horizontally. But what I do then to make sure this stuff lines up is I have my top lines lined up here, and then I will line these up. And again, when you do this at your own home, you won't have people watching you or trying to stay out of the way of a camera. So yours will be even prettier and lined up even better. All right. So that's my border then, and you can kind of see how the blues pick up on the blues, but I'm adding in some new colors. If I left it like this, you'd go, it's okay. But when you add in the embellishments, which will be one of our last steps here, when you add those in, it's really going to change the look of your layout. Okay, when I do a 2-pager, I like to keep things similar or mirrored. This is basically the same across now, but a lot of times I like to mirror stuff. So if you do a row of photos down this way, you can mirror them on this side and then do stuff in the center. On the Paper House Creates page, I believe there's a layout I just posted, I think Wednesday, so that would have been yesterday. That's a 2-page Great Outdoors one that has that sort of mirrored style instead. Okay, so this is the point before I tack down my photos where I want them. I want to think about a journaling card because I do have some stuff to say about these, and insofar as that mirroring goes too. So this is sort of a selfie of my son and me, and then this is another one here. So I'm going to pull them to the outsides because your eye then will see those selfie pictures on the opposite, and then it'll go across the page. So that's the other part when we design with lots of pattern papers. It is to still try and get your eye to see the photos. I do that with a lot of clustering of embellishments around the photo, but you can also do it with the line of your paper and how you lay out your photos. Okay. I want a journaling tag. I think that beach one might be fun. Or the sand one, gosh, I can't decide. Okay, so I pulled some other ones too that were had words on them because if you wanted, I wanted to show you guys too. Another way you can do this is to add. Let's say I wanted to do. I'm not going to use this one because the wood grain with the wood grain's a little too matchy for me. But if I wanted to do, say, salty but sweet for us here, I could do that. And then I could still have my journaling tag. I do kind of like this as a journaling tag. Sorry, guys, you're going to see me decide in the moment here. I'm going to go with that as a journaling tag. I might not tack it down because as I start to put on my embellishments, I might change my mind on that one. I kind of like this one too. So again, you're seeing me kind of, I had a basic idea of what I wanted to do, and then now you're seeing me think it out in my head. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm actually going to use a journaling tag with words on it here and there. If you had a third photo, you could, or an extra photo, you could put it in here. If you had 2 extra photos, you could put it there and drop a journaling tag down here. So there's just some opposite or other ideas for you if you want. I am going to tag down my photos, and I am going to do the outer ones first and make them sort of match. So I decided that I was going to butt my photo down to the very bottom edge of where my 2 strips meet. But then what I did here is try to do about the same amount of border here and here. Does that make sense? And then I can throw my journaling tag in here, but what I'm going to do for a little bit of dimension, woo, that was squeaky, is do, if you have foam adhesive, these are just pop-up dots. And so when I tack this down, it'll be a little bit up off the paper, gives a little bit of dimension, just a little dimension to your paper, to your layout. And with the dimensional adhesive or stickers and stuff we'll probably be using, it'll give a nice balance to have a little bit of dimension everywhere. I'm going to try to do about the same distance from the edge again for this one. And then again, you can see that sort of mirroring principle. The photos with just my son in them are close together here. And then on the outsides, we've got us hanging out together with our selfies. All right. So we are going to now add embellishments, which is my favorite part. It is my favorite thing about Paper House. They do embellishments better than anyone, and boy, do I love embellishments. You've got puffy stickers, you've got 3D stickers, you've got enamel stickers, you've got, or I said faux enamel stickers. There's just so much, and I love it. So I'm going to show you how I pick embellishments too, because sometimes one of the hardest things is narrowing down which embellishments you want to use. I am liking this one better for my journaling tag. I'm going to leave that one there for now and still not tack it down. But one of the things I like to do is first pull the embellishments that obviously go with the collection, right? These are some sun, beach, boardwalk. I've got 2 of these. You can see I've used a bunch of them. Flamingos and palm leaves and all that good stuff. Okay, so I've got beachy ones. I have South Carolina ones, because that happens to be where we were. We were at Hilton Head Island for these. I've used some of them on a layout. You can see Paper House has a bunch of destination stickers for different states, countries, Washington, D.C., which is neither, which isn't really a state. And then there's some themes in there too. They're really, really fun to personalize your layout if you're in a specific location. They've got some of the icons from there. So Hilton Head happens to have this really cool lighthouse, and so I use that on a different layout. It's just kind of a fun way to personalize your layouts then too. So I pulled that one, but then I also pulled, since we were traveling on this one, pulled travel stickers. I pulled beach stickers. I know, guys, so many options, right? Hang in there with me. And then I pulled a few more family love style, just pretty word type stickers, because I love those too. These come from This Is Us, which tends to be more planner stickers, but I use them on everything. I use them on my layouts. I use them in my planner. I use them on cards. They're really great for cards. And then this is the Inspirational sticker book, which is full of fun, pretty stuff too. It's a great one for journaling tags. If you like to not have to create your own journaling tags, there's a lot of great stickers for journaling tags and things in there. And then this is just a love family one too. Now, obviously, I'm probably not going to use all of these, but I don't know really what I want to use. So I pull out sort of the themes that I think I might want to use and then go from there. I do want to show that if you were doing this as more of a pool layout, if you're pool people instead of beach people, all you've got to do is swap out your journaling tag here. Maybe your journaling tag here, if you're at a lake, this would definitely work still, and possibly, but otherwise your journaling tag here. And then go with these fun pool party 3D stickers or something similar to that. There's more pool and summery themed stickers than just these, but I thought these went really well with this, so I thought I'd pull it and show you guys as well. All right. I feel like I'm a little bit crooked here, guys. Sorry. Guys are scrapping at an angle. All right. Then I've got to narrow these down. I'm going to start with what I think I want for a title. I love the look of using alphabet stickers as a title. I don't always like coming up with my own title, and I don't like putting each and every sticker down. So I am going to use the beach, because this was a beach theme for us. We were playing games on the beach. We were at the beach walking it. So I'm going to use the beach as my title. 3D stickers make a fantastic title. And I think I just want it up here. This is part of the reason I pulled in these colors. I knew that I might want to use some of these beachy themed stickers, especially for my title, and it helps bring all of it together then if I'm using these big, bright, pretty stickers, to have some of the colors in my papers as well. I'm going to pull this. What's nice with the 3D stickers too is when they're on the clear background like this, you can kind of see if you like where it is, if you want it like that before you make any sort of commitment, which is really nice too. I'm thinking I will probably put my title up here in the corner, but man, I kind of like it here too. So we'll start with that. These clear stickers are a little bit older, but you can still find them as recently as like last week on the website, so I'm assuming they're still there. So these are some Life's Better at the Beach type stickers. These are clear, so you're going to remember that they see through a little bit if we decide to use them. They work great on photos if you need just a little bit of extra something on your photos too. They add to your photo without taking away from it because they sort of complement it. I love a good camera sticker too, so I had pulled these. I thought this bright pink camera or the blue camera might be fun too. So that's kind of where I'm starting with those beach stickers, and with a few of the other things I like, that travel sort of theme with it too. So I'm going to start with my beach sticker. I'm going to commit and just stick it down. Ooh, but I think I might want it here. I was originally thinking up here in the corner. I like it here better. So we're going to pull the beach here. And I'm going to commit to this journaling tag. I like it enough. So I'm going to tack that down. I will do my journaling off camera and after we're done today, and I will make sure to take photos of what I've got going on here, and post them to the Paper House Creates page tomorrow. And so if you want to read my journaling, then you can too, but you can also see the finished product as one big layout when we're all done too, as a photo. All right.
Samantha. Hey, Samantha. Yes. I don't want to interrupt your flow because you're rocking and you're doing amazing. I just wanted to give a little tip on journaling tags too, because we were talking before about being uncomfortable with your own handwriting, but I am always afraid that I'm going to make a mistake when I write directly on my page. So I love that you've got that tag.
Yes. Oh, I just lost you. I'm hoping you can hear me.
I'm so sorry. My cat just stepped on the keyboard and muted me and then took me out. So you can hear me now. We're going back to you. But what I was saying was I'm so nervous that I'm going to make a mistake writing on my page, directly on my page, that I love how you cut the piece of paper as a tag, because then you can write on that. And if you screw it up, just throw it away, cut a new piece of paper, and then stick it down after you're comfortable with how it came out.
Yes. So, and in all honesty, I usually would not tack this down. I do my journaling, then tack it down, and then decorate all around it. For the sake of the camera, I'm not going to make you guys sit through that. But normally I would journal and then tack it down too. So it's so forgiving. And while you're talking about journaling tags, I make them out of all sorts of stuff. So wood grain like this, gorgeous journaling tag. You cut it to whatever size you want, and you've got a great journaling tag. Even a piece of paper like this, even though the print's a little bit bigger, you get a darker pen right over whatever you want. So know that a journaling tag doesn't have to be pre-made for you either. You can definitely make your own out of anything. I do love pre-made journaling tags too, but you can also make your own out of whatever pattern papers you find along the way too that lend themselves to it. I know I've done journaling tags out of this wood grain before too. It works really well. So, all right. So I was flipping through a little bit. I do need to. I'm sorry. Are you? I didn't want to interrupt you back there.
No, absolutely. I muted my mic. I didn't want to get in your way. I just wanted to make sure we gave everyone that tip, because some people really are intimidated with journaling. I was one of those people for a long time, but like you said, it's so important to just get your story out there and, embrace your handwriting, because you had told me before your kids, your grandkids might want to see that. And, I have a journal of my grandfather's from when he was in the service, and it is like so precious seeing his handwriting. So just know that generations from now, as bad as you think your own handwriting is, someone will appreciate it.
Yes, that's so cool. I love hearing that. That's what I always told people too. I worked at a scrapbooking store that unfortunately is now out of business, those small independent ones. But people would come in and they'd see examples in the store and they're like, oh, I need help with something, but I'm afraid to show you because mine doesn't look like that. So what, are you getting your memories down on paper? Yeah. Are you enjoying it? Yeah. Okay. That's all that matters. Your scrapbook does not have to look like mine. Even if you copy my page paper for paper, it's still not going to look exactly like mine because it's going to have your own slant to it, your own handwriting, your own photos on it. And so that's what's really cool about scrapbooking too. So while we were chatting here, I was going through one of the This Is Us books. Mommy Lay's one of my favorites for collaborating that Paper House collaborates with. Her stuff just speaks to me. You know how that is sometimes. But I was thinking I might be kind of fun with these bright colors. We were there in March. And actually, I think I like the gold March a little bit better. These colors are just a little bit off, so I'm going to go with the gold March, and I'm going to put this down. I try to date all of my layouts. I scrap out of order, and then I'm not always really great with getting my stuff in the books right away. And so I like to have my stuff dated because then I don't have to go back and go, where in my book does that go? I know some of you are fantastic and you scrap in order, and more power to you. That is not me. And so I like to date my stuff. So sometimes it's kind of fun to use some of the planner stickers and do dates that way. So I'm going to do, this is March 20th, and I have a lot of layouts from this trip. So I do break my own rules sometimes. And if I have another similar layout, same day, same pictures, same trip, sometimes I only do the day, not the day in the year, but I do make sure that when I get done with them, they go right into the book or they go with the other, layouts that are from that similar time, so I know where to put them. So I'm actually going to go March 20 on this instead of March 20, 2021, just because I know I have quite a few of these. I know I'm probably going to journal in black or a dark blue just because it's going to show up the best, but because I did a black date, probably going to end up in black as well. So I was just flipping through these. There are some fun camera icons that go with this, and I know I had pulled my puffy travel icon, but I think I like the colors in this one. So I'm going to pull this camera. I love a camera. You will see so many cameras on my layouts. And then this is how I start building my embellishments. I know that I'm probably going to want a title. I usually like to frame out my journaling tag, and then I usually like to put stuff along my photos, right? We want to draw attention to our photos, so I usually like to cluster embellishments around my photos. Sometimes I have an embellishment I know I want to use because it just tells the story so well. So sometimes we start with a single embellishment and go, where do I want it on this paper? And I build out from there. This time it was more of a, just how do I want to tell my story? Let's see. Well, you know what? I think this, ocean breeze or beach. I do kind of like the beach life bit here. Oh, and you know what? All right, so we're going to talk about that mirroring again. So I have the beach up in this corner. And for mirroring, then I'm actually going to drop down to this bottom corner. Now, remember we talked about that these are a bit see-through. So I'm going to check first before I pop it down completely. And I don't know if it's picking up so well on the camera. But this life is outlined in silver. So it does pop just enough that I can use it down here. These are always a little bit trickier to get laid down. So pardon me if my shoulder gets in the way here of the camera. A lot of these embellishments are fairly forgiving. You get them down sort of in the wrong spot. If you don't push down hard, you can pull back up. The clear ones are not forgiving. Once they're down, that's pretty much where they're at. So I will give you just be careful on that. So let's see. So now I have embellishments here and here. I want to keep drawing my eye across the paper. So I'm just kind of playing around with everything I have sitting out here. Oh, that one might be kind of fun. This I haven't even opened yet. I don't like to mess with this sticky flap and trying to get things back in and out. So you'll see I just slit mine across the bottom with my scissors. I can still put them back in easily if I want to keep them protected, but I don't have to deal with that little adhesive flap then. I like to refer to myself as a lazy crafter. So if there's an easier way to do it, I usually do. If I can build a title with a sticker, I will. Let's see. I want to go up straight here with this. Salty and Sweet Beach. So I'm just kind of bouncing my embellishments back and forth. I kind of just vary them opposite corners and just bounce them around a bit, if that's making sense. That just helps kind of guide your eye across the paper. I have seen cool layouts where they stack all the embellishments across the bottom or all the embellishments across the top. You can do that. You can try that. There are times it works really well. But in general, if you kind of make them flow back and forth, your eye's going to flow along it too. Again, there are no hard and fast rules. You'll hear people talk about things like the visual triangle. So it's building a title up here, embellishment here, because your eye sees in a triangle. These are all really good tips and tricks. But in the end, you do what you like and what you think looks really nice. It's that same sort of, well, we cluster things in odd numbers or, that kind of stuff. Again, those are great rules to start out, especially if you're feeling nervous about doing something new or different. But the rules are there to be broken too, and to make it the way you like and what you want. So I don't know if I'm going to use any of these. I'm just giving a quick look to see if I like any of the colors with them or any of the, I do like this little bit of aqua. So these are travel sticker. I picked them up when they were in the great deals section. I believe they were like $1. If you haven't checked out the great deals section, check out the great deals section. It's fantastic. It is full of great deals. I do like to cluster embellishments a bit too. So I think I'm going to put this little compass here under my beach sticker. You can see how those clear stickers just kind of blend in. They add a little depth to what you're doing without overtaking the embellishment cluster or your photos. All right. So we've done some beachy ones. We've done some sort of travel-y ones. I've got my camera in there. I'm going to see if there are any of the South Carolina ones that go. Now, they may not. I pulled them just to see. For those of you who have not been to South Carolina, this tree and moon symbol is on all their license plates and everything, and it's so cool. I love that symbol, so I've used it on a few of my layouts for it already, and I don't think I'm going to force it to work on this one. It just doesn't seem to fit too well, but I don't know how well these are picking up on camera. These are some cool shells. They're glittery, and so I don't know if they're just kind of looking flat on camera, but they're glittery and I kind of like them. There's glitter on my beach here, on my beach stickers here, so I think they'll be kind of fun. But what I'm going to do is add them over here to my beach sticker and kind of use them as clusters around. I wish you guys could see and feel this layout in person, with the pops of silver metallic here and the glitter here. You get, and there's even a little bit of twine around this sticker. You get a lot more texture to your layout because of the multiple. Ooh, that one doesn't want to stick very well. I got glitter on the back of it. Occasionally, because glitter is glitter, you're going to get one that doesn't want to stick as well. Just grab a sticker or adhesive, a little bit of adhesive, and stick it to the back. All right. Most of Paper House's stickers stick so well, but like I said, once in a while you're going to touch one. Once in a while I purposely make them not sticky because I think I'm going to pop them up on some sort of foam adhesive or dimensional adhesive, and I don't want them sticking to the paper in weird spots. And then I decide I'm not going to do that. So you got to stick adhesive on the back. Don't be afraid to do that if you need to. Most of the time you won't with Paper House, but occasionally, like I said, I got some glitter on my finger and got it transferred to the back of that. So, carrying textures through helps keep it from looking like a super busy, overly busy layout too. So that's why the glitter here through here, and then adding a few glitter stickers here also helps transfer all that along. If that makes sense. I am going to peel through one of my last books then really fast. I thumbed through it a little bit and I apologize. It's a little hard to thumb through so you guys can see what I'm looking at. You can see this is a well-loved sticker book. I use it in my planner. I use it in my layouts. It has so many colors that usually it goes with just about anything. There are clear stickers. There's cardstock stickers in here. I am in sunglasses and all of this, so I was thinking I might want sunglasses one, but I want to see if there's a sunglasses in just the right color that I want to use. There's even border strips here. There's a lot in this book, and so I pull it out a lot because there's some great the world is your oyster just because. So it's great for cards. It's great for if you're looking for extra word stickers for any of your stuff too. You can see if I didn't have a journaling tag already for this, some of these stickers would work great for that too. Or if you don't have a lot of journaling and you just want to do a little bit, this coordinates with it. There are a lot of really great ways to go. That pink works well. So I think we're going to pull in a little pink here. I like that Oh Happy Day. And I am going to add that down here because I like it. So my hardest thing too sometimes is knowing when I'm actually done. Telling myself that, Samantha, you have enough stickers on there. You have enough embellishments. It's time to be done. This will fill out a little bit more when I do my journaling. So you're going to get a little bit more. And then if I do my journaling and decide I don't have quite as much to write about as I thought I did, you can always add another little embellishment for that too. I do feel like this is a bit floating out in the open. So I am going to look for one last embellishment, I think, to help ground it down. I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't think it's going to be those. If you bear with me 1 minute, I will find something. Let's go. Ooh, I like this traveling together, but it is wrong colors. This might end up being a bit of a cluster. So I've got another clear sticker here. That's some clear arrows. I'm going to pull it in from the edge. Because I decided I didn't want it up in this corner and I liked it over here a little bit more, it just felt like it was floating a bit to me. So I call it grounding. I stuck this silver sticker here, goes with the silver touches I have everywhere else, to kind of ground it in there to help pull it together. And then I think I just want one or two last sort of beachy things. I'm going to pull this gal in here just to give it a little bit more dimension. And let's do a nice little palm tree. We saw more than a few of those. So this is off the same 3D sticker sheet that this was on. So I know that they'll probably go together pretty well. And I think that's just about it. I still kind of want to find myself a set of sunglasses, but I can do that while, if anyone had any questions or thoughts, I can do that while you guys pipe in if there were any questions about what I did here or what collections I used, anything like that. I know I hit on what size my photos were.
Yeah, we've got a few friends that joined us and commented in. So I'm just going to put a couple up. Lynn is joining us from YouTube, and she agrees. It is very hard to know when to stop. She says, same.
I'm not the only one.
And she's watching from Newfoundland. Greetings from Newfoundland. So hello, Lynn. I would love to go to Newfoundland someday. We've got Marilyn who said, "That's lovely. Thank you for sharing your story." I think that's when we were talking about the journaling. But it's true because, even if you don't like what you're journaling, someone will cherish what you put down. And I know that that's what, you're making a legacy and capturing those memories for your family and all your scrapbooks and me and my journals. And, that's why we do what we do. So,
and how many stories get lost that you
oh
say,
my
well,
gosh.
that's cool. I didn't know that,
I know. I know. I think someday, my kid will probably be throwing out my journals. They're like, "Oh my gosh, mom, like you had to write about everything." But,
Right.
at least then he'll have a choice and not just like you have this one journal that you cherish. So,
Yes, at least one person will appreciate it, right? That's all you got to hope.
exactly.
At least one.
Lynn said earlier that she struggles with colors and patterns. So thank you for the inspiration. And I have to say, too, the way you pulled this page together as you were laying out the patterns and kind of seeing what paired with what, I wasn't sure about that blue marble paper on the wood, but I love it. I really do. It all came together so nice.
Well, and you got to remember too, some papers get covered up more than others. I
Yep.
think if this marble was going to be like you're going to see a ton of it with the blue, it wouldn't have been quite right. But because it's mostly covered up, you're only seeing bits and pieces of the color flashes. So you're seeing those blue flashes and you're seeing those sort of sandy colored flashes. And so it works. Someone might look at it too and go, I still don't think it works. That's okay too. What I love doesn't have to be what you love. And I will also say, not every layout has to be your favorite. I have put layouts together and then I went, well, at least it's done.
Oh.
Now this one I'm happy with, but I would say too, you can't be so hard on yourself where if you go, oh, well, that layout, you know what, put it aside, you'll like it another day, or you'll go, well, at least the pictures are scrapped and the like you said, the story is told.
Yeah.
At least you've got that done. And so,
And done is better than perfect, right?
Yes. And that's what I've always told people. You're getting your story down. And so not every layout is my favorite. There are some layouts I look at and go, wow, that would look really great if I stitched around it. I don't want to spend the time doing that. So this is how we're going to be done.
Sometimes and maybe someday you'll get back there.
Yeah. And sometimes you do go, it's worth it to spend the extra time because I love this layout and you spend the extra time on it. But not every layout has to be that. Not every layout has to be a 2-hour long layout. I will put layouts together in 10 minutes. I'll put a layout together in an hour. It really just, you got to go with what you're feeling.
I can't believe you put this whole 2-page layout together in what, like 40 minutes, maybe tops?
If I wasn't talking so much, it might have been faster too.
If the cat didn't walk on the screen. No, it looks amazing. And I think that's one of my biggest struggles. So, my biggest struggle is keeping my workspace clean enough to actually see my layout. So that's number one. I'm super impressed that, I'm sure all the stuff is just off to the side of the camera, but you had so much stuff out. And then how did you get it all out of your way to see what you were working on?
Don't look at my floor right now. No.
Okay.
I stack it. I do try to clean up between projects just because otherwise I get lost in the piles. But I do have, all my paper house, scrapbooking paper is together in the same section. And then I have it separated either by collection or by theme, however my brain likes to sort it. Sometimes it likes to sort it by collection, sometimes by theme. And sometimes the themes and the collections are the same thing. But then all of my stickers, if they specifically go with the collection, sometimes I'll store them with the pattern papers, but then all my 3D stickers are stored together. All my enamels are stored together. And so sometimes I just have to rifle through them and see what I like, what I think might go with. And then once in a while, I'll be rifling through them. I'll go, man, I did a layout the other day and those stickers would have been great. I forgot about those.
And then you can just go back and add them.
Right. And you go, well, I guess I'll have to use that collection again because these stickers would look great with that. But I also try to remember too, I do tend to keep my planner stickers separate, but those planner stickers have some of the greatest sayings. They have some lovely dates. Like I said, I did the March 20th, pulls in some color then and pulls in, I don't know, some fanciness. A lot of times I write the date just with my hand, but sometimes it's fun to do it with a sticker to add a little bit more. So those planner stickers, or what are, kind of traditionally planner stickers, are great for layouts too.
Yeah, no, that is such a great suggestion because
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm like definitely more of a planner journaler. So I've got all those stickers. And then when I try to scrapbook, it never crosses my mind to mix and match those. And I think sometimes we just get so stuck in the box of, oh, well, those are for planners and these are for scrapbooking. They can totally mix and match.
Yeah. So you can see, I mean, this is another planner one. Here, I'll just throw it on here. I need to stop adding embellishments.
See, you're proving me wrong. You're like, this is totally a scrapbooking sticker.
Yeah, so you just have to pull them open when you're doing it. Like, so these, so the traditional planner stickers here that I've got here are all of these right in here, and these as well. Those are considered planner stickers. They came out of either the Inspirational sticker books or the This Is Us. I do know that I have more This Is Us stickers over to my left here that would also work on these from some of the
you
other...
have to stop.
Right, I do. I really do, because we could just be here forever. I would want to say too, if you really love those nice, pretty lines, if you like this and you want more layers, say across the top or across the bottom here, because you want to customize it, reach for the washi tape.
Washi tape, yes.
So that is one thing I didn't use today, but you definitely, there's a million different washi tapes that will work equally well with this. Actually, I did pull one, this one. I think this is the one that pairs with the butterflies.
I think it is, yeah.
So if you wanted, you could, if you decided, like, some people really like to layer or border their layout. So if you wanted this bordered, instead of putting another sheet behind it to border it, you could just do washi tape. Now, washi tape is the most forgiving thing ever. If I got this down and I get done talking to you guys and I go, man, I did that on camera and it was so crooked, you can peel it right off and stick it down again. When I work with washi tape on layouts, I do like to fold it around to the back side. If you trim it on the edges, occasionally it will curl with time because it's washi tape. It's the nature of washi tape. So I do like to fold it around the backside. It gives it a little bit extra tacking down if you go along a whole straight like that. So what do you think? Did that pull it together better?
I like it.
I do too. It gives you a little extra border there. But I would definitely say reach for, in fact, this is a little bit directional, and I went upside down and then right side up. So you can see I started to stick it down, pulled it off. No big deal. Washi tape is forgiving. Ooh, but it wants to curl on me because I'm doing it on camera.
That's always how it is.
Right? So anyways, you can always add washi tape, and then if you go, oh my goodness, that's so crooked, or what did I do, that washi tape looks terrible, you can peel it right off. I have never not been able to peel off washi tape when I've gone, oop, nope. So it's very, 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 very forgiving. And Paper House has about 4 million different rolls of washi tape, so you can always find something.
And I think they are literally all here in my home studio too.
Yeah.
So yes, we do.
Right? I was inventorying and I had like, oh look, I have 4 rolls of the same Harry Potter washi tape. I must really like that.
Well, it's Harry Potter, so
yeah,
of course.
Exactly. So, all right, I'm gonna really stop for real now, though, and that is, we'll call it a day with that. I will, like I said, photograph this tomorrow. It is dark here now, so I tend to photograph my layouts with natural light. So I will photograph it tomorrow and make sure it gets up on the Paper House Creates page. If you're not on the Paper House Creates page, you want to be. Not only is there a ton of really good inspiration on there, I believe the sales always go on there too. $2 Tuesdays.
Yeah,
so
every week, $2 Tuesdays.
I think you could have snagged these beach stickers $2 Tuesday this week. What am I correct with that? I think it was 3D stickers.
I think so. I think so, but sometimes I get my weeks confused too.
Right. I'm pretty sure it was 3D stickers this week. That's a heck of a deal on 3D stickers.
For
So,
sure. And next week it'll be something different. So,
yeah.
like Samantha said, make sure you join Paper House Creates every week. There is new deals. There's tons of new inspiration all the time. Our creative team is amazing. They're constantly putting amazing projects and ideas and different things you can do with Paper House products in the group. So definitely join us. Keep watching Paper House at Homes on Thursday nights at 9:30 for more inspiration and to meet more of our creative team who's coming up next week and the week after and the week after. So Samantha, we have so enjoyed having you on tonight, and thank you so much. Oh, Amy says there will be a fun sale this weekend too.
Ooh.
Oh, so you get the inside scoop when you watch Paper House at Home.
Fantastic.
But anyway, thank you so much. It was really, really inspiring to watch you. And now I think I'm going to have to go craft my own 2-page layout too.
Yeah, and if you use this as inspiration, or you just decide you need to craft a 2-page layout, or you want to scrap lift this, please share it to the Paper House Creates. We love seeing it. We love oohing and eyeing over what people do. So it's always, always, always fun to see what you guys do too.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and end the live. And if anyone has any questions, just hit us up in the comments and we will definitely respond. But thanks again, Samantha.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We will talk soon. Bye, guys.